Okay, so we've got a bronze Sombra here. Let's take a look at your team comp really quick. Alright, so you're running Ana Moira. That's a massive amount of healing. That's all fine. Sigma Hog is a weird tank line. You've got two off tanks essentially, so you're gonna have trouble being aggressive, I think, and pushing in. And then Sombra Hanzo. This is a bronze team comp if I've ever seen one. You have the potential for a lot of damage between Sigma Hog and what's his name, Hanzo. You've got a lot of utility from between you and Ana, and just a lot of healing between Ana and Moira, so it could be useful, but your job here is if they're running an Orisa or a Reinhardt, your job as Sombra is to hack that main tank. I guess it doesn't matter what your team comp is. Your first priority as Sombra is to hack that main tank and then just start throwing damage into them. The general playstyle is you hack the main tank, you fire a bunch of damage into them, and you keep on going until they notice you and start putting yourself in danger, and then you translocate away, rinse and repeat, and you build your ultimate as quickly as possible. Generally speaking, tanks are your first priority to hack, then DPS, and then supports. And then DPS, you only really want to be hacking dive DPS, such as Tracer, Genji, or Doomfist, and supports, basically Lucio or Mercy are the only two that you want to hack. Keep in mind that with supports, even if you hack them, they're still going to be able to heal. They're still going to be able to do damage, right? They're still going to be able to do support things when they are hacked. Same thing with most DPS. You know, if you hack them, chances are you get rid of an escape, but they're still going to be able to pump out damage. Difference being Tracer, Doomfist, Genji, because when they don't have their mobility, they're useless. So, and then tanks. Hacked tank is just very easy for your team to focus down. So that's why they're your main priority. And of course, they're easy to hit, so you can spam a lot of damage into them and build your ult very quickly. Which is basically what you want to do as Sombra, is build EMP as quickly as you can, so you have many uses of it throughout the game. So one good flanking route here in King's Row is you go in through, I don't know what this building is behind you, but you go up the stairs, and you can drop down kind of on the right side here, and that way you don't have to push through choke, especially when they're running a Bastion who's just going to be spamming damage through that choke. Chances are you're going to get found out. But good use of Translocator to get behind them.
And a Widow top right, Widow top right, Widow top.
Be careful about putting Translocator right on top of a health pack. That's a very easy spot and a very common spot that they can be looking. Of course, you want to place it near a health pack when possible, and ideally a health pack that's near the fight. But be careful when you place it on top of health packs, because it's very easy for the enemy team to find and destroy, and then you're basically up shit creek. Shoot her in the head. And that's just mechanics there, but you know, you definitely could have secured that kill there. That'll just come with playtime. At least you force her down off high ground. Again, you're trying to fight this Widow. Your main priority should be hacking their Reinhardt or their Diva or their Bastion, right? Hacking Bastion out of turret form is a huge boon to your team, so right now you're really not doing much to help your team. I mean, sure, you know what, you've pushed Widow off high ground, but all she does is run away from you, get healing, and she's still putting in damage. Whereas, you know, if you hack their Reinhardt, all of a sudden they don't have a shield for their Bastion. Or you hack their Bastion, and he can't just spam damage down the choke, and it will allow your team to get in, right? So again, ideally, you have a Roadhog. So hack their Reinhardt, without a shield, Roadhog hooks Bastion, he's dead, right? Main tank should be your focus. There you go.
Good hack.
Good hack, let's capitalize.
Get the Mercy, get the Mercy. Good. Well, she got it off. That's fine.
So one little thing there is, oh, I guess that was fine. You know, you kind of, when you were killing that Bastion there, you just stood still. You don't ever really want to be standing still in Overwatch. As you climb up higher, when they have a Widow and they hear you go, they're going to turn to look at you. And if you're standing still, you're easy to hit. But that was honestly that was fine. That's just a minor little nitpicking thing. Hack Moira, hack Moira. You can hack her out of her ult. Good try. I mean, Sigma hit it first, but EMP not needed there. Again, they were down a couple of people. Their Rhine was dead. Their D.Va was out of mech. You should have saved EMP. It was not needed there. You guys are already winning this fight. Could have just hacked one of them.
Okay, I'm gonna just say this. We spoke too early on the Sombra and the Hanzo. You guys are actually much better than most Sombra and Hanzo bronze.
You can't blame it. It's bronze, you know what I mean? So you can't be too careful.
I agree with your team there. What I've seen so far is you are playing a little bit better than what I expected from a bronze Sombra.
Watching a Sombra actually hack a tank is unheard of, you know?
I disagree that EMP, that was not a great EMP. See, here would be a great time to EMP. Easy second team fight win. Reinhardt's just accepting his fate.
Like, why is he so bad? He doesn't know what to do when you have
him. Yeah, no, I'm with your team on that one. That's I don't know what that Reinhardt's doing. So that's kind of fine, but as Sombra, you want to be trying to find off angles, right? So you almost never want to be standing in choke, just kind of shooting, face tanking, front lining. Try to find your way into their back line. Try to find your way onto high ground. So like what you could have done there instead is after you hack the Reinhardt, you go invisible, you flank down the side here, you pop up right on top of this Bastion, hack the Bastion, and you shoot down on him, right? Because right now, Bastion's looking right at you because you're standing in the choke. Whereas if you were standing above him, Bastion's going to be looking down choke, and he's either got to continue dealing damage there or turn up to look at you, right? Take off angles, take flanks, go behind the team, find high ground. You should very rarely be frontlining as Sombra. Always try to find the high ground, an off angle, a flank, something. Don't.
He doesn't know what to do when you hack him. What the fuck?
Good hack though. Again, the team fight's about to break out, and you just hacked a health pack. When you're this close to your team, just kind of back up and ask for healing from one of your supports. Don't waste your hack on a health pack. Because basically, the team fight's up now, and hack is, again, one of your most valuable resources, so every second that it's off cooldown is a second wasted. So, you want that up as much as possible, especially when you're in a team fight. Right, because you just spent 6 seconds there doing nothing.
I have this one I can do.
Same thing. Don't hack that health pack when you're just about to engage in the team fight. Get that Reinhardt. But the fact that no one is turning to look at you is amazing. But this is good. You're fighting on the health pack for whatever reason. No, keep... Okay. I was going to say, you can keep fighting the Bastion there because you have the health pack, right? So the Bastion's not going to be able to kill you unless he hits a lot of headshots. And so you win that duel. But, you went out and you EMP'd, which is fine, but it doesn't look like your team is around to follow up.
Good EMP. Let's capitalize.
That was good. It worked out. I would still say it's a bit of a questionable EMP. Before you EMP, you need to ask yourself, where is my team, right? Take a look around and just kind of see where your teammates are. If they are in a position to capitalize on it, if they're in a position to help you and actually push in with the EMP, fantastic, go for it. If they're not, then it's best to hold on to it. So right there, your team was kind of backed up through choke a little bit. They were a little far a ways. And I think the only reason you kind of got the Rhine there is because their Rhine was pushing much farther ahead than the rest of his team. So it was a risky EMP, but it worked out. Yes. Again, you are frontlining a Sombra. This is not where you want to be. Translocator placement. Again, you want it near a health pack that's near the fight. So you just kind of placed it in the middle of the road here, pretty far away from the fight. So again, I guess this is okay because you are in a regrouping phase right now. You've lost the team fights. You're just waiting to reset. But what I would be doing here is using your translocator as movement to go up on the high ground and kind of flank in behind them. Look at that. I like it.
My EMP is charging.
Go full all the way around, man. Okay. That's good. So what I mean, high ground. So use it to get up to high ground. That's good. What you want to do is you want to run all the way down this way, go in behind them. Right?
My EMP is charging.
It appears we have suffered a minor setback.
I might need this later.
Back on the bastion.
I'm out of here. Mucho mejor. Don't mind me.
You don't need to hack a baby diva. That does absolutely nothing.
Gotcha. Nearly much better.
So in higher ranks, that diva is going to be spamming, right? Diva is one of the best heroes to find Sombras because like she has infinite ammo and a decent weapon spread. So in higher ranks, she's going to be in there spamming. So kind of going and like walking right in front of her face is not a good idea. And the fact that you were detected, you got the detected message on your screen, and she didn't even turn to look at you, just speaks to bronze players, right? As you start to climb, players are going to see that little detected, they're going to see you walk across their screen, especially divas, they're going to spin around, and they're going to start looking for you, right? So you need to be careful when you do that. That's a little bit aggressive. Again, it speaks to you need to be not fighting in their front line. Go find an off angle, go in behind them, be unpredictable, be annoying. Good kill on the Rhine.
My EMP is almost charged.
Translocate up to high ground. Translocate in an EMP.
I'm on fire. Touch me and you'll get burned. None of this surrender to my will. Apagando las luces. Helden sterben nicht.
You can hack the Mercy there. Yep, that's good.
Get back in the fight.
Nice fucking shield, Sig.
Good hack on the Rhine. Yeah, their Reinhardt really has no idea how to deal with a hack. It's
My bad, Hog. You were just at our range.
good hack on the Reaper. I like this position. Don't give this up.
All doing quite good. Keep it up.
Again, don't place your translocator directly on top of a health pack. It's too easy to find, too easy to kill. I liked it when you were on the high ground there. It gives you a good opportunity to flank, so dropping down to get healing, that's fine, but what I would have done is translocated back up top, and then kind of just chilled out there for a little bit, or, translocated up to the high ground just to your left here. Something, right? You spend way too much time fighting on the front lines. You need to get behind them. Be very careful when you do that. Again, that whole detected thing, enemies are going to start to kill you higher ranks. Ryan just walked off the edge.
Apagando las luces.
All right, that was pretty good. Biggest
You
things
want
I'm
Diana
noticing.
still, or do we want a different healer?
Biggest things I'm noticing. You spend way too much time fighting on the front lines. Again, I'm gonna keep on saying this throughout the entire VOD.
I just don't really
Get
know who to
behind them.
fucking
Go find the
name
high
now.
ground. Go
I
on
guess
an
the
off
Hanzo
angle.
ult, but I don't know what the fuck.
Go do something. As Sombra,
Okay.
you almost never want to be
Yeah.
on the front line, right? Try to be unpredictable with your translocator placement and how and where you engage from. Again, as you climb into higher ranks, they're going to be more aware of the Sombra, so they're going to start learning your trick. So if you always translocate to the same spot, if you're always hacking from the same spot, they're going to grow wise to that, and they're going to start adjusting and dealing with you. So I think that's another thing you could work on, is just being a little more unpredictable and changing things up.
There's nothing I haven't seen before. Stick together. We will complete our mission.
So this is a good spot to start, again, because you're kind of behind them, you're on the high ground. So this is a good opportunity for you to hack the Reinhardt and allow your Roadhog for an easy hook. Translocator somewhere.
Easy in, easy out. Let's get the job done.
I would drop it near the health pack that you hacked.
I think their Ryan quit. He ran off the edge twice in the last minute.
Good hack on Ryan. Ryan's probably a little pissed. That's good. You always hack the main tank. Not dealing with you here, so this is awesome for you. Right? They're not even turning to look at you.
Oh, I'm reloading, Hog. I'm so sorry.
Good kill. Wow, their soldier builds out really quickly. It's probably just farming your Roadhog. So there, you just kind of translocated into his visor. That's why I probably would have put Translocator in the room with the health pack that you hacked.
Allow me to repair
Beacon
the
in
damage.
place.
Almost. It's Ryan. Yep, nice. Kill.
He was on point by herself.
Good hack. Aim could use a bit of work, but that'll just come with playtime. Nice melee finish. Hack the D.Va. Good. Okay, D.Va's demeched.
Oh, that's bullshit. I literally had a heal on it.
I would say unlucky, but that's again comes to the part where you were fighting on the front lines. It's whatever. EMP this. Yep, good. Save your hack. So when you EMP Ryan like that, save your hack until EMP just ends. So you get that like secondary hack, and he gets hacked essentially for twice as long. Really annoying as a main tank when that happens.
Group up with me. Been here all along.
Activating the barrier.
Feeling much better.
So where I would be going here is up here, right? So there's the little, just off to your right on the other side of bookstore down the street, there is that little ledge that you can translocate up to, which leads to this little pedway up here. And so that's where I would be going. Again, get on the high ground, get like kind of in their back line. You have the opportunity to hack the Rhine from somewhere that he's not expecting, from somewhere that he can't react to. Here, again, you are fighting on the front lines. This is not where you want to be as Sombra. Right?
Dragon consume you! Elementary application.
Mounting pellets forward to
This. Translocating.
What?
Here I am.
I don't know why you came out of invisibility there. Go invisible. Go hack this. So again, that comes to the part where the team fight's happening and you used hack to hack a health pack. You need to be using your hack on a main tank or something, right? You know, your Sigma's way in their backline here, so while you're in hotel, go invisible, go through this door in their backline, and just hack something and start pumping damage in from an off angle, from an off flank, from behind them, right? Again, don't be fighting on the front lines.
Let's get started. This is feeling much better.
Again there, so you were kind of on a soft flank there, but you peeked out the same door like 5 or 6 times. As you get higher, they're going to be looking for that peek, so don't peek the same corner more than 2, maybe 3 times. And it works in lower ranks, but the higher up you go, the more the enemy is going to be able to react, and the faster they're going to react to your presence. So when you peek the same door multiple times like that, you're eventually going to get slept or hooked or just shot in the head by a Widow or a Hanzo or a Reaper or something. So yeah, just be a little careful when you do things.
Gotcha.
Again, you came out of visibility when you didn't need to. So risky hack on the Rhino. It was good you hacked him, but again, there was no one to follow up on it.
Get back in.
I might need. I got it.
Pass this forward.
Translocate up there, follow your translocator. Use it to get up on the high ground.
routing power to
This is good too.
area.
Get their Diva, hack their Diva. Why is your Moira flanking? Good hack on the Diva. It's okay out of there.
Need healing over here. Thank you.
There's only so much you can do when you need healing like that.
Miss me? Iniciando el hackeo.
Yep. So this is all fine. You need to use your translocator to get out.
Later.
Now they're going to come up looking for you.
Much better.
Or not. So again, in higher ranks, when you're up in that spot, it's really, you only have 2 places to go. You either go invisible and you try to push through choke, or you go downstairs. So that's a fine spot to be when you're poking, but at that point you need to throw your translocator back to your team and get out. The fact that they didn't even turn to try and find you is amazing, and again, that's one of those things that only happens in bronze. At least in like silver and gold, they're going to start going up those stairs and looking for you, and you're not going to get out of there alive.
Okay, I have a coalescence as well.
Fat EMP.
Surrender to my will. I'm out of here.
Probably should have EMP'd to high ground or something.
None of this administration.
Don't forget that you can use your translocator to traverse the map, right? I understand you want to use it as an escape, but you can definitely use it to move yourself up to high ground or to a different spot behind enemy lines. And I haven't seen you do that a lot.
Mucho mejor. See you later.
See, that was good.
Ahorita regreso.
A soldier knows where you are, so you need
Ryan
to
is
move.
1. Ryan is like very low.
Hack the Reinhardt. Soldier. Hack something. Hack the Reaper. Hack the Reinhardt. Hack something. Not the health pack. So that fight there, had you hacked, like, you spent a lot of seconds there without using hack when you had it off cooldown. And I agree with Obnoxious there, you definitely should have won that one. You could have hacked the Reinhardt, you could have hacked the Soldier out of his ult, you could have hacked the Reaper out of his ult, and provided value to your team, helped your team win the fight, but you kind of sat there and spammed damage in there. Remember that Sombra is honestly more of a support than a DPS, because her hack and her EMP basically just enable your team to get kills, right? So
Everything can be hacked, and everyone.
your hack is 5 or 6 second cooldown, you should be almost using it on cooldown. Hacking a main tank, especially if they have like a nanoed Rhine, or you can hack certain ultimates out, like I think Visor, Reaper ult, things like that.
Hey there.
Five, four, three, two, one. Attackers incoming. Defend objective A.
Looks like they're running the same
I
exact.
need this later.
I would have your translocator in this building here. Hack the Ryan. Good hack. That poor Reinhardt. Again, if you had stayed in their backline there, if you had put your translocator back there, you could still just keep harassing him from behind, right? And here you're trying to face tank again, you're fighting on the front line. It's not where you want to be as Sombra.
You're purple. Sorry, brother.
I need healing.
I got the Soldier and the Mercy.
Feeling much better.
Good hold. Let's do it again.
Nanoboost discharged.
So another thing too, with Sombra, a big part of Sombra is being aware of map and like map geometry and things like that. So on King's Row, there is a second mega health pack just over here down this little hallway. And so that's another spot you can put your translocator and hack from. If you're continually hacking from here, they're eventually going to start looking for you up here. So you can also throw your translocator down over here. There's another mega health pack there that you can use, and it's just another angle that you can attack from if they start growing wise to your tricks, which they haven't yet. And it is unfortunate. So that's another thing about the low ranks, is that you can get away with things that you shouldn't be able to get away with. So, you know, as Sombra, here, you're spending a lot of time fighting on the front lines. You're translocating to the same spots, you're hacking from the same locations. And because it's bronze, they don't have the awareness or knowledge to turn and react to that. And as you get higher, they're going to start doing it. But the unfortunate thing is, because you can get away with it in bronze, people still keep making these plays because it works in bronze. But that's playing like a bronze player, right? If you want to climb, you have to start playing like a silver player, like a gold player, right? And that means changing up your angles of attack so that when you do start climbing, you're already starting to get into good habits for that next rank, right? Because in silver and gold, that's when players start understanding their heroes better, the situational awareness starts to get better, so they will start to follow you and track you down. And so just getting into those good habits of always being behind the enemy, changing up your angle of attack, changing up where you're hacking from, all that kind of thing, it's going to help you as you climb. It's good that you're hacking that Reinhardt. Seriously, I feel so bad for that poor Reinhardt, because I have definitely been on the receiving end of that,
See you later.
where every single time you try to do anything as Reinhardt, you just get hacked, stunned, flashed, slept. Playing a main tank is just rough.
Ryan is stunned on the right of the point.
I've got you in my sights.
Podría haber salido mejor.
It's possible. An enemy returns.
Looks like they win this. They wasted Blossom, though. That's good.
I'm out of here.
Stay here. Just hang out here. You guys are not going to be able to contest point, but just hang out here. This is a very good spot for you to be. Don't listen to your team. You are behind them. You are in a very good spot.
¿Qué tal? Initiating
Hack the Reinhardt. Start pumping damage. Perfect. Look at that. Now just go invisible and run away. So another thing about Translocator is that when you translocate, it cures negative effects. So if you get hit with an Antinate and become antied, or if you have Discord Orb on you, when you translocate away, it removes that anti-nade effect, it removes the Discord, that kind of thing. Again, there it would not have been a good idea to translocate away, because again, I really like the spot you're in right now. You are in a good spot to EMP. You have to win one fight here, right? And so what your team should be doing is just waiting till they push in through choke a little bit, and then you can drop down on top of them, EMP, and you guys win. One thing I'm also noticing that you haven't been doing is tab checking. So you relatively frequently just want to press tab, and you can get all kinds of good information from there, right? You can see the enemy team comp, you can see your team comp, and so that will just allow you to become aware of any changes that the enemy team has made in an attempt to deal with you, right? Or it can, you can use it to see your teammates' ultimates to help track what ultimates you guys have and what kind of coordination you can do, that kind of thing.
Yep.
Yeah, we
Drop
could
down
do it.
EMP.
apagando las luces.
Huge.
So,
It
Okay,
just
that
kind of
works.
stepped off
That
guard.
works.
yeah.
That was good. That was good.
Score 3 to 4. Switching sides. Prepare to attack. Select your hero.
Another thing that's going to help you to climb is turn off the in-game music. I know it's great music and whatnot, but
Everything can be
as you
hacked
start climbing,
and everyone.
you need to start listening for sound cues, and that's a lot easier to do when you don't have this background music. And so you want to turn up like in-game sound effects and whatnot, just so you can hear those enemy footsteps, hear those abilities, and turn off the music, because that kind of clutters up the sound. And that's going to be more important as you climb, because those sound cues are going to be very important
You know nothing.
for keeping track of enemy abilities,
You take
where
this
enemies
very
are,
seriously. You're taking this
everything.
very seriously.
5, 4, 3, 2,
I'll blow it up. I'll kill it.
1. Attack commence.
The worst part is we're in 2 different voice chats with Castronova.
So, again, here, go up through this building. There's the little platform up here. Drop down in behind them, hack their Reinhardt, put some damage into them, and escape through their backline. Hide in behind them. Right.
I need healing. See you later.
Again, you wasted hack on the health pack when you could have used it here, and that's when see. You threw your translocator in there. He was able to easily see it. Where if you had just gone up through the building there and dropped in behind them, you wouldn't have had to waste it there. So that might just be a map awareness thing. So, catch a glimpse. Yeah, see right here, that little doorway. You can drop in behind them, right? So you can just run up through whatever this building is, drop in behind them, and then you're in, right? You don't have to waste your translocator getting back here. You don't have to risk it just throwing it back here and hoping no one sees it. But now you're in behind them. I like it.
Punish this Reaper that just got res in the back.
Feeling much better. Initiating the
Back.
I'm out of here.
That was good. You almost posted your EMP now, so
Wait, let's get everybody together. Let's get everybody together.
just quickly farm it. Just start
Let's
shooting
go,
D.Va in the
let's
back.
go,
Just
let's go.
yeah. A little early on the EMP.
The Ryan's way behind us.
Back.
Marked by the dragon.
Again, you can hack the D.Va there. It's gonna help. So now, at this point, you have to be realizing that their Reinhardt probably has Shatter, so he should absolutely be a priority for you. And now you have EMP again, so one good EMP and you guys win this.
Tire. Get on point.
EMP. Back on the Ryan. Unlucky. So the biggest things that I'm noticing, again, as I've been saying all game, is you're spending way too much time fighting on the front line. But you need to be in their back line, you need to be taking high ground, off angles, things like that. 62 enemies hacked, 19 offensive assists, that's great. Shit, their soldier did 26,000 damage. That right there is feeding into a Roadhog, right? 100% that's what was happening, is your Roadhog was just standing there and your soldier was just body shot bandit, being a body shot bandit and pumping damage into your Roadhog. But anyway, because, you know, Roadhogs at low elos don't know how to avoid taking damage. Anyway, so, as I was saying, biggest things, focus on going on flanks, right? You should almost never be fighting on the front line as Sombra. Always try to be in their back line, try to find high ground, and ideally you want to be hacking from the high ground. King's Row is really good for that because you have lots of opportunities to be on the high ground and hack people. Change up your approach of attack, right? Don't you always use the same spot over and over again. As you climb, people are going to get wise to that. Again, the idea is you want to hack main tanks first. They are your first priority. Off tanks are your secondary priority. And just fire in damage to them as best as you can. And basically just build EMP as quickly as you can. And then use EMP as often as you can, I guess. Yeah, that was good. If you start focusing on just being a little more unpredictable with Sombra, I think you can definitely start climbing. Good job.